So after the huge influencer boxing event that went down this Saturday, I'm hearing they did 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, which is really, really good, especially for an influencer boxing event. That is crazy. But we got three big appeals going on. Chase Damore looking like he's going to appeal his loss to Temple Arts. Everyone, of course, we all gave the fight to Chase Damore. I'm not sure how many other people out there really gave it to Temple Arts, but, he's appealing his fight. Dillon Danis is appealing his disqualification loss to Logan Paul. He feels there were some infractions made in the corner of Logan that may have or could have resulted in his DQ before the fight ultimately ended. And then KSI did mention, I haven't seen it yet, but KSI did mention that he was going to appeal his fight versus Tommy Fury. I know a lot of you guys, are going to be KSI fans. You want him, some of you even claiming that he was robbed, some thinking that he rightfully should have won, and you think that he should appeal this and that he has a good chance at winning this appeal. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't think any of these appeals will be overturned. I know in your mind, you're thinking, well, the King Kenny and Faith Temper fight was able to go through and be appealed, and they were able to switch the win from Kenny to Temper. But there was a lot of weird circumstances with that event that gave them excuses to rescore that fight. The main excuse that they were using was that it was a very, very unsafe environment for the judges, so they couldn't really focus on the fight. I don't know if that was actually the case or if that was just an excuse that they used, but this was one of the first events put on by a promotion that didn't really have the money to beef up security and things like that. So it could be a very easy, viable excuse to rescore the fight, therefore overturn. However, you can't say the same for a promotion like DAZN, who has put on multiple events, huge events, multiple really big events, even bigger events than the fight you just saw last night. So there is no excuse for it. Therefore, I just don't think these fights are going to be appealed. I just don't. There have been robberies in the past, way worse robberies in the past, where fighters went to appeal and they just don't go through. They just don't. They just say it is what it is. Just take your loss and move on, because that's just a fight game. People make mistakes. We're humans at the end of the day. The judges scored it how the judges scored it. And at the end of the day, you're going to try to go appeal to the commission, but the commission is the ones that hired these guys. They are going to side with their decision. They're going to respect their opinion. So I'm sorry to say that I just don't think any of these are going to get overturned at all. I'll start with Chase Damore's fight. There's a saying in combat sports that says, don't leave it in the hand of the judges. And that's why everyone in the whole world can think that you won that fight. But if two of those three judges think the other guy won it, it's going to be a loss on your record. And it is what it is. There's plenty of fights that go on where that happens very, very often in the fight game, which is why I kind of advocate for there being like a lot more judges, like maybe like 10. I think they should just spend the extra money, get 10 judges, and therefore we'll have a bigger majority, a bigger chance of the actual winner winning the fight. But they're basically going to tell you, you shouldn't have left it in the hands of the judges. It is what it is. Logan Paul, Dillon Danis. Dillon, he did too many infractions in there. He did too many illegal things in there. So they're just going to be like, well, you did all this illegal stuff. He did all that illegal stuff. So they're going to balance it out. It is what it is. This is the only one that they can maybe make it a no contest due to all of the illegal stuff going on, but I doubt it. They're probably not going to touch it. They're probably not even going to bother looking at it. They're just going to leave it how it is, and it is what it is. Dillon Danis gets a loss, disqualification loss. And then the KSI and Tommy Fury fight, it was a close fight, but like I said, considering that it was a close fight, they're not going to look at it. And if they are going to look at it, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because there was no definitive winner. I think rightfully, I do think it probably should have been a draw because, like I said, there was no definitive winner. And that's including the fans, by the way. That was a terrible fight. That was including the fans. But I can't look at either guy and be like, all right, this person won or this person edged it a little bit. I thought it was even. I thought the refs were probably going to give it a draw. I did see someone did point out an issue with the scorecard. So I don't know how much that's going to come into effect. Like I said, appeals hardly ever get overturned. Even when someone was genuinely, obviously robbed, they hardly ever, go through and get overturned. So I just don't see it happening. To be honest, at this point, I think KSI should just move on. Go fight Jake Paul. That's the fight that the YouTube fan base has been waiting for years now. The only thing now, too, that could possibly be holding that up, though, that I will say is Jake Paul still has that deal with the PFL. It's been years, and Jake still hasn't obligated his deal with the PFL, so I'm not sure how that's going to impact things moving forward, but I think Jake Paul is what's next for KSI. I don't really see any other option other than that. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with your boy. I'll catch you in the next video.